Pressing it on. All right, well, welcome. Handing it over to Eron and Heidi, our co-hosts for today's powerful celebration call.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. We are so happy to have the opportunity to host, to co-host, to share, to facilitate. And it's awesome as all of these faces and people and names from all over the world literally are all popping up. And I just see somebody with my mom's name.
Aww.
Wow, amazing. Heidi Eunice Queen. I love that. Bringing my mom into this space.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's my bonus mom.
Mama Cass.
Yeah. Good morning.
Oh.
Hey everybody. So today is and our pups are here. I don't know if you. Oh yeah, our snoots came to join and they were just laying around doing their own thing, and then all of a sudden, I think they felt the energy
Totally
of all the people coming in, even digitally, and they just came here, and so they're going to be a part of it as well. So yeah, and today is a celebration, and we have so much to celebrate as we come moving towards the completion of the year. It's a time of reflection, a time of looking forward, but mainly a time of really being present in holding all of it together.
And did you want to share a musical number before you ask the question?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So I think as everybody starts to come in and get settled and welcome and hi to everybody from all over the world, I'll play a little song, a little bit to tis the season, and tonight is going to be the first night of Hanukkah, and for all of our Jewish brothers and sisters, that's my tribe. We also have the Christmas season, which is so big for so many people all over the world, a lot of people on this call, and so we get to celebrate the Christmas as well. And then for those that just want to celebrate love and peace, and not any in particular spirituality or religion, but just because you're a human and you're happy to be here. So play a little song to combine a few of those things together. And it's songs that I didn't write any of these songs, but you guys probably know them, some of them. So I super invite and encourage you to sing along to any of the parts that you know when we get there, and would even encourage whoever's manning the controls, if it feels good, to spotlight some people that seem to be enjoying or singing along, we'll do that. So and I also just want to check in. I see a lot of faces. Can everybody just wave?
Yay.
I love that. That's so good.
Look at all your beautiful smiles.
It's because it's so much output. So it's nice to get, it's like we're actually all here.
Yeah.
We're all here. Thank you, Eunice Queen. Big hearts.
Beautiful.
Okay. So this is I guess just tis the season. Oh, say shalom bimrumav. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. They all call Israel. Bimru, bimru, amen. May he who brings peace bring peace to us all and to all of Israel. And we say, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yalko Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yalko Yisrael. So to honor him, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum, when we love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. We can make the mountains ring, make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Try to love one another right now, baby Jesus. Ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. I am a poor boy too, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. I have no gifts to bring, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum, that's fit to give a king, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum, rum-bum-bum-bum, rum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Shall I play for him, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum? Me and my listen to the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's in your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Mary nodded, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. The ox and lamb kept time, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. I played my drum for him, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. I played my best for him, rum-bum-bum-bum, rum-bum-bum-bum, rum-bum-bum-bum. And he smiled at me, ba-rum-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, bring out the drum, sing along, me and my. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. So to honor him, love one another right now. So to honor him, love one another right now. So to honor him, love one another right. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Try to love one another right now, right now, right now. Woo!
It's beautiful. Oh, so good to see all your faces and the dancing, and Esther Francis got out her drum.
Yeah, Esther was rocking
That's
it.
the vibe.
Deborah Ann was rocking it. Grazie was rocking it.
Julie, oh my goodness.
Singing and dancing and laughing and loving.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we can only see us, like, we only get to see maybe, you know, a couple, what, a dozen, 15 people or so. And there's so many more, I'm sure, that we didn't see. So the people that weren't popping up on our screen, thank you. Good to see Roma Rishi here.
Oui, nous en sommes au moment de cette COP 15 sur la biodiversité qui, au cours des derniers jours, a vu arriver.
Oh, sounds somebody's joining in. Wasn't sure who, but it's good to hear the voices are raining in from the heavens, coming from everywhere. So let's just check in with everybody. I would love, can you everybody just type in the chat, and first actually let's re-welcome for everybody who's just joining right now to this global call, our Sunday call with the Ancient Secrets community. So wonderful to see everybody. Today is a day of celebration, of reflection, of presence, of music, of joy, of peace, of family. And let's check in, and everybody's just type into the chat. I want you to say just what's present for you right now. A feeling, an emotion, a thought. What's here? What's so prominent and present in your space? And then Heidi, maybe as some come through, you can see what we'll share them. Wow, let's see. I see gratitude, love, joy, gratitude, expectancy. Oh, I like that. Gratitude, a sense of peace and joy, energy.
Apparemment, d'après ce que j'ai pu voir, puisqu'on n'a pas eu beaucoup de temps, donc une réaction un peu à chaud.
Infinite unconditional love.
Surrender to the gifts, love, calm. It's beautiful. All of my senses. Yeah, beautiful connection. What a beautiful way to start the day, with calm and connection and gratitude, anticipating celebration, togetherness. Yeah, here's a global family, and I'm so grateful to all of you and to Dr. Clint. You know, when I met Eron, this became a part of my life. He introduced me to the Ancient Secrets book, to Dr. Clint, and 10 days from today, 1 year ago, we were united in marriage and in love, and Dr. Clint married us, and it was such a joyous occasion. Such a beautiful day. Yeah, we were married at White Rock Lake, at the Arboretum, in this beautiful place called the Secret Garden.
In Dallas, Texas.
In Dallas, Texas. And since then, you know, you all have been a part of my soul family. So I want to thank Dr. Clint and thank you, Eron, for this beautiful gift that is this global community.
And it just continues to expand outward and inward, and what we give, we receive, and that's very much for the season as well. And part of what we did for our wedding, we wanted it to be we didn't want people just to come and watch us do something. We wanted to create, we wanted to give back. And so we created something which you guys might have heard of Clint talk about, and in conjunction with Clinton in this community, we created the first Ancient Secrets coil, which is a circle of infinite love. And that's what a coil does, is that it spirals and it continues to grow and it energizes. And so all of the people that our guests, our family, and our friends that came joined this coil. And we had these just beautiful mung bean kits that were created by Aria Organics, which you guys heard about last week. And see if I think there's maybe a picture of these kits, but just these incredible, beautiful gifts that they did such a good job with that. And so it was able to go on and pass on. And then a lot of people there now brought that into their, our doggies are singing in the background. And that's kind of what this is about, I think, too, this season is a celebration. But as we give, we receive so much, because our family and our friends got introduced into this. And there's our friend Emily, and they just had a little one, and their little nuggets love mung bean soup. Their little Rumi loves mung bean soup. And Heidi's sister, who may be on the call, who's a big part of this community now, actually hosted a pulse clinic in North Dakota the first time that Clint and Ancient Secrets went to North Dakota. So it just continues to spread. And it just really feels like, especially with this season, and we celebrate different things, but we're kind of looking of like, when's the second coming, or who's going to come, or when's Clint coming, or when's the Savior or the Messiah or whoever. But we are the ones we've been waiting for. We're here. We get to do it. We get to be the messiahs. We get to be the messengers. We get there's Rumi. Rumi gets to be it. And it's just in our ways of being and what we share. And so we continue to grow. And that's what's so great about this community and this circle. And so I think now is maybe a good time we'll pass it over to our fearless leader, a humble servant of love, and everyone's favorite doctor, Dr. Clint G. Rogers.
First of all, I want to acknowledge Eron and Heidi, and what a powerful couple that have come together. And a year ago, in the cocoon of in the space of this love, in fact, as we prepared for their wedding, we had a WhatsApp group called Let's Make Magic, or Let's Create Magic. And that is exactly what happened. And I'm so happy to see the other people on this call, Cass and Marissa and the others who were part of that initial circle of infinite love. And I had no idea. I was in the midst of the joy. My mom also came with me. We shared Carol Ray's cookbook, the cookbook that her and the whole team have been working on. The first time it was shared was there. Also, Kamal and Annie, that Mung Soup kit that you saw. And so many of those things are now taking a new life. Over 18 people or 20 people have been helping make the recipes just to make sure they're all refined, just about to launch the cookbook. And then so many other things. The Mung Soup kit that we announced on last Sunday's call gave us a special gift for all those that are part of the 100-day course. Today, we have some gifts to give as a raffle for everyone who's attending live. I'm really excited about that. But I just needed to acknowledge, first of all, Eron and Heidi, not only for expanding the love in their own family of friends, those they love, but then in this whole community. About a couple of weeks ago, we had an event or a meeting in Austin. In fact, Eron was asking some questions about just the structure of the community and how he can help. He's like, I've sold my own business and I've done so many things, but I only want to do things in my life where there's a big yes. And I want to help this. And I was like, oh, please, thank you. Please help us. And as a result, we got all together. Let me see if I can show the picture from the, okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is the first time that we met Carol Ray.
Yeah.
Carol Ray met Cornelia and Monica and Tony and John DeLees and Jana. We have a special feline friend, and very special thanks and Joey was there. And Eron and Heidi guided us in a process through which we got so much beautiful clarity. And it helped in ways that I can't even explain. In fact, at the end, Eron asked even Tony Lister, who's really, he's leading the subconscious detox, but been a business coach for a long time. How much value do you think this weekend people would pay for? He's like, well, 25,000 easy per person, but probably 100,000 if they knew the value. He's like, but actually, if someone told me, listen, your life has changed significantly, let's remove that change, and instead I give you $10 million, what would you pick? He says, keep the 10 million. I want to keep this new significant shift that happened in my heart. He says, I wouldn't give up this for $10 million. No, I would choose this. He's like, I've been waiting for this for 30 years of my professional life for this to happen. And so happy for Eron and Heidi to be guiding this call today. Now, having said that, so much is coming in the future, but I'm just here to celebrate some of the announcements of cool things that have happened just in the last week. So first of all, thank you everyone who participated. And I just love getting these pictures. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, if you're a new person to the call, there's a free WhatsApp group where it's love and healing. Casey is showing all the packages of love and healing that he's sending out. It's so beautiful. This is Maria Sin made it a cake with the Dutch cover of the book on it. I love Julie. She says, these are my Christmas gifts I'm giving out. It's so beautiful. Contagious Healing. Then we announced the coloring book, and already it went to #1 new release on Amazon. So for those that don't know, the Ancient Secrets for Kids coloring and activity book that we brought to originally the orphan kids in Nepal, that on last week's call, they came live on the call. And so we celebrated. This is in Italy. Ilaria got it in Italy. This is in New York. This is so beautiful that Ellen has it in there in New York. This is in Hungary. Dorothea already received it in Hungary. This is in the Netherlands. This is Maria Sin. She opened it up and said, even adults, they should be right. They get the peace of mind from writing in the coloring book. And this is Elena in Italy as well. It's just so fun to see how it's spread all over the world. And already in the last week, this community is so amazing, already volunteering to translate it in 4 languages. Within a month of it being launched, it could already be in the world in 4 languages. That is the power of this amazing community. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. It's a really, really, really beautiful thing to see that kind of stuff happen. It's so amazing. Now, in addition to that, I have some other so fun announcements. This is some good news that on next call, next week, we have special hosted, even though it's Christmas Day, you know, not everyone in the community celebrates Christmas, and sometimes this is your family. And so Joseph and Susan Engelman are going to be hosting the call, which is so much fun. And on it will be featured one of the music, Jerem has been working so hard on the beautiful music project to help raise money for the orphan kids in Nepal too. And one of the people coming on the call will be Renara. We're doing very special transmission, but not only she'll be doing a transmission, she has a very special announcement about what has happened in the last week with the launch of the book in Russian. It is so cool to see it's now in Russian, now on planet Earth. So her and the other beautiful people who have been working on the translation in Russian will come on the call, and you'll have a really special treat in that way. The Farsi book, we have other special, so much special news about it. I don't know if Susan, I don't see Dr. Susan on the call right now. A new website is coming. Again, if you're a resource, if you're new on this call, then we can make sure that you have all the resources. In fact, if you're new, you just put in the chat, I'm new, and then we can pour some extra love into you. One thing that's coming up is the launch of the 100-day course, the second time we've ever offered it, and probably last. I'm feeling in my heart, this is the last time we'll ever do it live. And with this experience, you've split into houses. It's kind of like Harry Potter. And you're enclosed in this immersive experience of living the ancient secrets. I was just talking to Stephanie. Most likely this woman will come on a future call, but this 90-year-old woman signed up and says, well, I want the, and Stephanie's like, why are you signing up? She's like, because I want the rest of my life to be amazing. And she wants vibrant health at any age. So people are of any age all over the world joining this course. And I love it. Also, Stephanie says, you know, how much do we invest in our cars per year? Do we invest that much in ourselves? Susie, she pointed out to me, she's like, the cost of the course is equivalent of $15 a day, which people spend at Starbucks easy, actually, now with the prices of everything. So why not invest in yourself? And if you're interested, we can put that quote in there. We have some raffles to give away. I'm not sure. Eron, what should we do? Should we do 1 or 2 raffles right now? What do you think? Yeah, okay, good. So we just have some raffles. This is a celebration, for sure. A big celebration where it was initiated by the love of Daniel, and to make it the proper party, we're giving out gifts for those who are alive. So the first gift we're going to give actually is this. Speaking of which, so I'll share my screen one more time. Let me go like this. So for those that don't know about the Ancient Secrets Foundation story, just go to ancientsecretsfoundation.org, and you can click on shop, and there's a whole bunch of things, fundraisers, different things. When you click on art project, you'll see what Sarabjit and the whole team have done. Sweatshirts and mugs and so many different things. So this one is one of my favorites right here. This is called the Aditi Devil Bawa cup. So even I have it right here. And so the first raffle, we have actually a random number generator, and I'll need some help. Cornelia, when we get the number, so from the top of the Zoom, you see my name is first probably, and then you'll count down. And so I just have a random number generator in which it'll just pick a random number, and then we'll get people on Facebook Live involved as well. So on people on Facebook Live, if you're interested in a raffle, just go in Facebook Live in the chat, just type I am, but we're gonna just pick the first number here. Okay, and here's the random number generator. We're starting it. Actually, I'll share my screen. This is first time we're trying to do it like this. Let's see what happens. Okay, here's the random number generator. Okay, Eron and Heidi. Actually, Heidi, can you just tell me when to stop? Stop. Okay, 43. All right, whoever's number 43. So Cornelia will have to count down and count down for 43. Now, for those on Facebook Live, let's see here. I just got to check real quick with Facebook Live. Facebook Live family, thank you so much for being here. Let's go real quick to see how many people said I am. And we have another special gift. Actually, this is so fun. Judy Lamar made me this mung soup bag. I love mung bean soup. And with love, for anyone who's on Facebook Live and says I am, we're going to actually gift this gift. So let's just actually do the random number generator again one more time. All right, going. Ah, good. Number 3. So Cornelia, we just need to make sure we get their address and we'll send those 2 gifts. We have some other fun gifts that we'll be giving out through the call that are from the Ancient Secrets Foundation shop. We have a whole bunch of really fun things at Sarabjit. We have an apron that's a I love Hmong soup apron. We have another, and then we actually have a gift of the musical gift of Renara. So Renara channels music, and 100% of it goes to the orphan kids, and someone sponsored it. You know, we have a price of $150, but someone on today's call will win that gift as well. Okay, that's amazing. I don't know, there's probably so many other things, but I just want to say I'm so grateful to be on this call. I love you, and I'm with you. Namaste.
Do you want me to announce who the winners are?
Yeah, we need to know, please.
Okay, the first one was Kirti Das.
Kirti.
Kirti was, and the second one was Amul. So Amul, I need some information from you. If you could put it in the chat and give me your email address and your and just send a private message to me in the chat if you can.
All right, beautiful. We'll give out some more raffles toward a little bit later on the call. Handing it back over to you, Eron and Heidi. Let's see. I think you're still muted here. Let's see here. Oh, sorry about that. That's my mistake, actually. Because so many people were coming out off of mute. I made it so. Okay, now you should be able to unmute yourself.
Okay,
Yay.
we're back.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So-
Thanks.
We are going to have Gary share a little bit of music in a moment, but before we do that, in the spirit of celebration, we wanted to pose a question to all of you and just take a moment to reflect. There's so many things to celebrate this time of year. And when I was reflecting on this question this morning, it was the simple things that I woke up to a beautiful husband, to breath in my lungs, to a new day, to the sun shining. So if you would just share in the chat, what is something that you are celebrating today and how do you plan to celebrate that? You know, so often we share our gratitude or things that we're celebrating, but what does that look like in action to celebrate waking up, to celebrate somebody special in your life, to celebrate an accomplishment, to celebrate whatever it is. So we would love to share a few of those if you can type that in.
Okay, let's see what is coming through. Amazing global friendships and progress on your healing path, celebrating cookies and getting together with grandkids. A 90th birthday party, that is something to celebrate.
Yay.
Celebrating our children, celebrating being able to walk. Yes. So the precious human life. Wow, I got goosebumps for that one. Julie is celebrating the love from her deceased father and then using that to write a book. Way to go, Julie. Mary Pat is celebrating being able to walk on the earth in her backyard, chanting connection words. And Linda's celebrating the fact that she exists and is of service. Gary, pure good-heartedness and being here and now, family, pets, the earth, 94-year-old mom's birthday. Oh my gosh, I could just spend an hour reading all of these. This is filling me up. Wow, I can't read them fast enough how fast they're coming in. But we can see, you guys can read it all in the chat. that there is so much to celebrate. And as Heidi was saying, a lot of times it's the little things, you know, and you guys, a lot of you have shared that, being in tune with that maybe we're celebrating these big things, or we're getting a promotion, or we're taking a trip, but just celebrating the fact that we actually exist.
Mm-hmm.
Really think about that. We exist, we're conscious. We have this energy, this force, something is breathing our lungs and is pumping our heart. We're not doing that. We're sitting here talking, looking at each other, processing. And while that's happening, we have 50 trillion cells that are operating off of their own energetic output without our conscious direction, keeping our bodies alive and our minds. All that is the most incredible, profound thing. So, you know, the gratitude, sometimes the circumstances we experience, we may have challenge, we may have struggle, we may have ecstasy and exhalation, everything in between. But the fact that we have the opportunity and ability to actually experience it is so profound, beyond words. And so now we can take the moment to go beyond the words. And we think about these things. We even say, oh, think about what you're celebrating, or that we also want to feel it. And coming from the head to the heart coherence, because this is the full multidimensionality of self. Mind, body, spirit, soul, all connected. And so we're going to take a moment now, a few moments, and Heidi is going to actually begin by leading us into just a practice to drop from the head and the thinking and the processing down to the heart and the wisdom and the feeling and the experiencing. And we're going to marry those together and bring that coherence. And then from that space, as we drop into that embodiment of the experience, we'll move in to Gary Malkin and his brilliance and genius, sharing the same type of energetic through music and sound to keep that going. So that will be a beautiful fluid process. So I just want to invite you guys now. You may be moving around, maybe making breakfast, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, and take a moment to, if you can, to stop, come be present with us. That's the greatest present, is that presence. And give yourself the gift of dropping in to the beautiful, ever-present moment, and with this angel here leading you through it.
Will you always introduce me like that? Thank you. That was beautiful. So let's just take a moment to get comfortable wherever you are. Just really feel the gravity pulling you. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. But just take your awareness from everything that's going on out here. Bring that inward. If you'd like, just feel the earth beneath your feet. You can plant your hands on your lap. And just take a moment to feel your breath. Gentle inhale, maybe a sweet little hold at the top. Beautiful exhale. And as you sit here, I want you to envision yourself in an empty room. And the only other thing in this room with you is a chair seated across from you. I want you to invite somebody in to sit in that chair that you want to celebrate. Somebody who's been an important part of your life, some cheerleader, some support person. I want you to acknowledge them today, celebrate them. Welcome that person into that chair and just see this generosity from your heart pouring from yours to theirs. Maybe you even can envision them smiling back at you, that light being reflected from their heart to yours. And just share that loving kindness and appreciation with them. And if you want, you can envision a group of people. It doesn't have to be a single person, but just generate that love from your heart to theirs. I want you to envision that person getting up, leaving the room, wishing them well as they go. And now that empty chair is for a person who may be hurting, may be struggling. Again, if a group of people is easier for you to envision, I want you to envision them entering the room, sitting down in front of you. And that same love and appreciation and generosity of spirit that you had for the first person, I want you to pour that out to that person, knowing that they are often the people that need that love and kindness the most. Again, envisioning that light from your heart to theirs. And when you're feeling ready, I want you to invite them to go, wishing them well as they leave. Finally, that empty chair in front of you, I want you to envision that turning into a mirror. And you see your own reflection looking back at you. I want you to take a moment to envision you looking back at you. And with that same love, that same outpouring of kindness and appreciation and celebration, I want you to reflect that beautiful light back to you, the light that is you. If it's helpful, you can place your hands over your heart and all that is good about you, all that is generous about you, all that is compassionate about you. Take a moment to thank yourself. Whatever happened this year, whatever challenges you've met, you're here. We're here together, united in strength and love. So take a moment to feel the community of support you have around you. Take a moment to feel the light within you that is you. And maybe open your hands to receive. Let it pour in from those that are on this call today, from above. And then we're going to place our hands out and share that love with the community that need it. And then when you're ready, you can rest your hands back in your lap. If your eyes were closed, you can bring your awareness back to the room. And we'll just stay in that loving presence for a moment, feeling that connection between all of our hearts. And to close, let's take one big, beautiful inhale together into our hearts. And exhale.
I think it's my moment here. Hi, everybody. What a beautiful meditation, Heidi. That's just gorgeous. And the two of you are, wow. I got to put some sunglasses on. You're so bright. I missed you all. My Ancient Secrets community. Oh my God. What amazing things you guys are doing. I watched the Facebook posts and the Arya kit and the 100-day affiliate program. I think everything's exploding. I remember when I was in Ayashakti with Clint, being one of the 100 people that was helping him edit the book. I don't know. I was given the opportunity to read the pre-versions, and we went through it like 2 or 3 times. Remember, Clint? And I just never dreamed that what would manifest would be all of this beauty and love and celebration and goodness. It's just so inspiring, and I love you all so much. Just love having the opportunity to share. in the spirit of what Eron just said around the just celebrating our existence, the very miracle of life, you know, that's actually the theme of the musical that I've been working on, which is a large reason why I haven't been on these calls very much. And I'll share a little secret track from that musical at the end of the call today. But this one is the Miranda McPherson kirtan album called Streams of Grace, and I'll put it in the chat so you can get it. It's going to be it's beautiful, and it celebrates that miracle of the I am, right? So I'm going to invite you to the lyrics get spoken, and maybe Brigid could actually extract the lyrics because they're so beautiful. She found these lyrics. Miranda, my spiritual teacher, found these lyrics on the cave of the wall leading up to the Ramana Maharshi cave where Ramana Maharshi had awakened. And the lyrics are anonymous. You know, we still don't know who wrote them, but they're amazing. And she set them to music. And this is an opportunity to steep in the miracle of the I am. So I hope you all enjoy it and use it as an even deepening agent to go even deeper than the beautiful place that Heidi just guided us to. Just let's take 3 breaths together, all of us. Hold it. Ah, God, it feels good. One more, 2 more. And if you're Tony, you'll hold it for like 2 minutes, but we're not going to do that now. And 1 more. Gratitude for the preciousness of life. I am that I am. And here it is. Beautiful transmission from Miranda McPherson.
Radiant flame within my heart, help me to recognize all thou art. Help me to see thyself in all. Help me to show mind how to fall. All of thy glories from the sun, till earth's great victory is won. I am the love, so after all, I am the love, so hear my call. I am, I am, I am, I am. I hear your call, my children dear. I am your heart, so never fear. I am your mind and body too. I am in every cell of you. I am the earth and sea and sky, and not one soul can I pass by. I am indeed, thou art in me. I am thy victory. Radiant flame within my heart, help me to recognize all thou art. Help me to see thyself in all. me to show mind how to fall. All of thy glories from the sun, till earth's great victory is won. I am the love, so after all, I am the love, so hear my call. I am, I am, I am, I
Oh, goodness, the sweetness of seeing all of you in that nectar of community was just forged into my heart forever. I love you all, and I'm with you, and I'll see you back on the other side. Love you guys. Isn't that special? I just love that. I produced the whole track with Miranda and Ben Lineback, the famous kirtan producer, and it's available and it's in the chat, and you can find out about it and use it as part of your spiritual practice. It's a beautiful thing for feeling the vibrations of the transmission of mantra. Love you all.
Wow.
Thank you, Gary.
In case you guys don't know me, I like talking. I like to converse. I like to communicate. I like to chat. I don't want to say anything right now.
What?
Like any words I say would just spoil the space of feeling. So some of us may sometimes feel challenged in the silence. Let's just be in silence together for a moment. For those with your eyes closed, I want to invite you to open your eyes. And I want you to see all the people here. Starting with that practice that my beautiful bride led us through. Holy moly, wow, I was crying so powerful. That experience, Gary's magical sounds beneath it, and seeing the people we love, the people we serve, and then ourselves, the I am, and moving into that I am song. Oh my gosh, wow. You and Gary together, that is incredible, divine combination. So thank you both. And I just want to share, when we have the screen in front of us with the gallery, and then we have a little camera to the side where we can see the spotlights. And during that I am, and you were spotlighting, I was looking over here, and every person that popped up, I just looked and said, there's God. And then the next person popped up and it was like, there's God. There's God. And I see that it's just the beauty of the really all of us, these unique expressions of the divine in our own ways, all just as important and as the next. So I'm just like so filled.
Yeah.
Can I share one thing too? Before the call started, we have a prep call, and it was the first time that Eron and Heidi were ever speaking directly to Gary. I mean, everyone here probably feels like they know and love Gary, like without ever having met him. It was the first time they're meeting him, and they're like, wow, it's like you're my favorite uncle I've never met. You know, and it was so fun is that Gary, you know, I call this call is it's a place where love gathers. And the first time that lots of us met was in Austin for the core team, and then we brought in the leadership team for a Zoom call. But the first time we'll ever be meeting live is in Sedona this June. The whole community is invited. And Gary is doing the music. He's kind of coordinating the musical feel for the whole event. He'll be there live. I hope Eron and Heidi, I don't know if you can come, but it's going to be life-changing. Do you know if you're coming?
Yeah,
Sedona?
We'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heidi, you're coming. We got people flying in from all over the world, and it's at one of the most sacred sites. And Andrea, the whole team behind it, has been doing such a fantastic job. So if you want to be at that experience, just, you know, I'd say commit today and then make it possible, because it's going to be so beautiful. So thank you. I just wanted to mention that. And also, as we go into talk about celebrating life, as we go into the main speaker today, can I just do a little intro for Daniel?
Please.
So talking about meeting live with people, the first time I ever met live, actually, I'm going to spotlight myself and him and his family, but I was actually at Mandy Perry's house. And then all of a sudden this family came in Florida, and Daniel showed up, and he brought his whole family, including his beautiful kids, so full of energy, so full of life, and his beautiful wife, Grazi. And I don't know if you remember what you told me, Daniel, but you're like, he says, you know, I found out about the ancient secrets. I felt like maybe this can help me describe the pain of decades of pain, so much that he says, I'm here thanks to my little kids. You know, I didn't want to leave them alone, but really I'm in so much struggle. And I found out about Dr. Rahman, so I set up a pulse consultation with him. And I was ready to see him. And then all of a sudden I got the email saying that he had left his body, that he had passed away. And I was devastated. And then all of a sudden I thought, okay, he must have trained someone. So I found out about Dr. Marianji. So he says, I set up a pulse consultation to see my pulse with Dr. Marianji. And then all of a sudden I got the email saying she had died. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then he says, then I set up a consultation with you. And I was like, I'm here. Thank you. I'm here. I'm so glad I made it. Okay. So let's break all the patterns today. So let's create a new possibility. And seeing where he has come from those darkest days and allowing us to see the process. And then Grazi, so beautifully, after a few calls, she's like, Grazi said to him, I think this is your people. I think you found it. And then we're playing the miracle experiment game, and maybe he'll talk about that moment. But it's forever ingrained in my heart. You can go from that dark to the moment of feeling like all of life is a romantic dance of your soul with the gift of life. You know, and the things he says, even the music my wife was playing that previously annoyed me, all of a sudden was so beautiful, floating in the pool, experiencing a Diti Deva Bhava, realizing that what if even my challenge is actually my gift? And allowing that to sink in, watching the clouds and the birds. And he says, I felt something. What is this strange feeling? Am I happy? I haven't felt that in a long time. Am I peaceful? actually, no, it's something more. I'm connected with all of life. It was a mystical experience in which he realized his connection with all of life, the mystical dance, the mystical romantic dance of his soul with the gift of life. And then to see the ups and downs since then with him and his wife, and moving from Florida to Atlanta. And then he sent me a message saying, I need us to have a celebration. Can we set a date where we celebrate? Because I see all the things happening in the community, all the things with me. I'm not perfect yet, but I need to celebrate. And so that's where today was born. And so I'm going to hand it over to you two to share your story. And I'll ask some questions along the way, but I'll just hand it over to you. So happy to see you here. So proud to be that you're part of my family. I'm part of your family. So let's see if you could unmute yourself, both of you, and just share a little bit about your journey. What's been happening and what are you celebrating?
Thank you, Clint. Thank you. There is so much to celebrate. You know, when I knew that I was going to speak in this call, I was wondering these last few days, so much to talk, so much that I could come in detail, because I feel like sometimes sharing the pain, because I know other people go through this pain, and it's a way of showing also there is a way, there is hope, there is always different ways, and there is always a hand waiting for us when we're in the most difficult times. But thinking about, I look back and I see how much progress. And thank you so much, Clint. Thank you for this whole community, everyone. I don't want to go too many details because I'm still learning about talking about some things in the past that's still difficult. But I share a few details, some things, and I will go to the moment celebration. Back in 2013, my daughter was 1 year old, and I remember that's the trigger starting of the most difficult time of my life, when I had to get out of the house because I wasn't breathing well, and I went to sleep in the car. So it was just me and Graziella and my daughter. And from there, we discovered that we had black mold in the house. I went through several different health issues, panic attacks, almost 24 hours a day. The distress in my body and my system was so strong that my health was compromised. My physical, mental, emotional. I had difficulties thinking, focusing, and physically, I always consider myself super strong. I could do basically anything, fearless, and I was in a very different situation for years. I have memories of like one of these that I traveled with my mom, my kids, and Graziella to celebrate that my mom was here visiting. We went to Bahamas, Cancun, I'm sorry. And for 3 months, approximately, I was feeling pain in my whole body, mind, head. And I remember there, I went to sleep in a different room because we had 2 bedrooms in this place, alone, because I was sitting all night long, just feeling pain in my body and just waiting for what would happen to me, in my life. I have been in different treatments, different doctors, tried psychiatric medications for years. I couldn't enjoy any of them like some people can, but it didn't work for me. So there was a point that I was like hopeless, and I saw that nothing worked, and I couldn't focus at work. I couldn't perform well in my life anymore. And people were angry. Even Graziella was angry at me. It was difficult for me. My parents lived 8,000 miles away. And I saw myself alone, living with my family, but alone. And that's when I turned to God. That was my only hope.
Before you talk about this, Daniel, thank you so much for giving us the snapshot. For someone who hasn't experienced that level of depression, that level of darkness, it's a very difficult thing, you know, and not only for, obviously for the person experiencing, but also for their family. And Grazi, do you remember when it was at its darkest? Do you remember what it was like for you and for your family?
I think it came in phases. In this 2013, Daniel spent a few months doing a treatment in Brazil. I was really scared because Brisa was just a year old. We had just opened a business. So I felt, and of course, because that's how life is, triggered my own personal trauma of being abandoned, blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot of things, but I feel that the peak wasn't about when he's saying like 2017, 18, where my twins were born already. So we had 3 kids, the business running. And the level of suffering I could feel, as you said, as a family, you can feel the despair, the idealizations of whatever was not working, and the deep prayer. And for me also, thinking of this call and thinking of service, I also was able to notice that there was a part of me that was super angry at God, why he was allowing me to grow through that. Why he was not helping my husband, since I was seeing that he was praying so with his purest heart. So there was parts of victimhood in my perception too, that thank God everything happened like this burst of like, okay, enough, you guys are gonna birth, you know. Danny with his process and me understanding that I had to really trust as well, trust God, trust Daniel's choices, his life, his intuition, his path to find his truth and his freedom. And I think that's the biggest thing, when I also really trust in a level that I could surrender Daniel's life to God. It came to that depth of having to trust.
So
And,
powerful. I'm
yeah.
thinking especially for those that are either experiencing that level of sadness or they have someone in their life now, you know, as you're listening to this story, and we'll try and share it in just a few minutes now, and then maybe one time we can tell the full story properly. But Daniel, you got to that moment where the only thing you could do was pray. And can you describe what unfolded since then? And how did you get to the point of now saying, I want to celebrate that I'm alive? You know, can you describe that process?
Well, one thing that helped me a lot was the existence of my daughter, because I know I couldn't leave her. So I will put her in my mind all day long to remember her, so I wouldn't do anything stupid. And it was confused because there was a point I was 3 weeks without sleep. And can you imagine a person without sleep for 3 weeks? It's unbelievable. I consider myself a miracle in person. And and through this process, I would start to see like, oh, I'm still here. Look, I'm going through all this. Maybe I'm stronger than my mind think I am, right? So I start discovering that human body, it's much more stronger than we think sometimes. And we put in our heads our weakness and believe and live into that weakness. Because I have experienced the weakness, but I have experienced that the body, you are more stronger than you could possibly imagine. I went through things I could never describe. And that's why I figured that the human body is made for, endurance. And many of us and most of us don't know that. So this process was, I will tell you
and for actually, I want both of you to be thinking about speaking directly to someone who's been in that moment or has someone they love in that moment. You know, what would you tell them? You know, what message would you tell them that would give them hope? And you can share it in terms of what you did with Ancient Secrets or with anything that you did. And then what is it you want to celebrate, you know? Daniel first, and then we'll go to Grazi.
Okay. Yeah. What I would say to someone in that moment is basically, for me, the way I am, there is not much words, but the presence of a person, the look, sometimes the touch is what makes like Eron said, there are moments that the words spoil, but the presence of someone is it's my tie. Some people like words, but just a look sometimes, just being there for the person, that demonstrates, that transmits that love. Can I say about my turning point?
Please,
now?
yeah.
My turning point was, I was trying different things, and it was about the time that I discovered Ancient Secrets, and I spent some time, I discovered this, Ancient Secrets, and then I start, getting in touch with the community, participating in the calls, and I spent some time alone. For about a month, I went to I rent a place and I spent some time alone. And from there, I start focusing on myself. And that moment, I was doing the 100-day course, which presented things like self-love, some things that put in touch with myself. So I was not looking anymore in Graziella's or family or anything else. I was myself alone. And using those tools, I started discovering that self-love thing. I never got in touch in doing oil massage my own body. That was weird the first time I did it. But then this started making myself in touch with me again, with my heart. And then I spent this probably 5 weeks on my own. And that was a turning point, because that started giving me motivation and strength. And I know, like, I'm a Taurus. When I focus on something and I'm a go-getter, there's nothing that will stop me. So I focus on that strength inside and that love, because that was basically all that was left, right? And the moment that you think is hopeless, and I think that, you remember there's things here inside that will never go away, because this is my existence. So from there, I start like grabbing more strength and going up on the stairs. So that was my turning point. And
it's so beautiful. What would you say is the gift of the Ancient Secrets community in your process? Because I know you've talked about it sometimes.
That would be I would spend a lot of time here. You remember that participating on the calls was one of the most stronger things for me, because you remember that moment in the pool in the house in Miami that I described, participating on the calls and seeing people getting through healing paths. We learn with the other people's healings, that motivates, that start getting inside of us. That's like, it turned your path in a different way than going down the hill. But that moment in the pool, and I have different moments like that, I started experiencing spontaneous moments like that. And then from there on, every time I center myself, I ask and I pray, and I go do trips. I went to a trip in California that very many synchronicities, people that I met, the Uber driver, things that people were saying, was like, oh my God, God is guiding this whole trip. But because I attribute my healing and path of my healing, part of my community, part of my family, this community, because it was through here that I found strength. It was through reading the book, applying the marmas, even in the beginning discouraged, because marma doesn't work. It doesn't work for me, like people say, but keep it going on. I heard, like, after a while, you will see it, keep doing it. So all of these, and I look back, why I wanted to celebrate, because I look every year now that I look back, I see a progress, like, oh my God, last year I was another person. Now I'm a new person. So I know the next year I'm going to be a new person again. So I've been going through this. It's amazing. So I can only celebrate. I'm getting in contact with nature again in a wonderful way. And now I'm kind of designing some things for myself, because I discovered the Atiti Dewa Brava. This was very powerful when you got this to me, Clint, because it helped me focus my mind again on seeing, all the challenges they serve. It's unbelievable where I have been not seeing anything, but trusting. Inside the trust, there was a reason for this. Somewhere I didn't know, but I kept going, focused. Like, keep walking. Even if you can't see, just keep walking. You get. And looking back, this has transformed me in some ways that I can look at the Tita Deva Brava and the whole picture, because I could transform even aspects in my personality that I look back and was like, whoa. And this has been a gift, it's a gift.
Yeah, for those that don't know, if you're new on the call, Atiti Deva Bhava, the concept to treat the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has arrived. And what he was holding up is we give people who really live that, there's an award. There's 3 kind of prizes we give throughout the 100-day course. And he was awarded it because he was really living it. And it's such a good reminder that we don't know everything, but when something arrives in our life, we can trust. Oh, this is God himself or herself. Even if it's an emotion, even if it's sadness, whatever it is, it's God showing up. I love what you said about the community, because Daniel, he didn't want to just celebrate on his own. He realized that his journey is your journey. And our journey is together. Like Eron said so powerfully at the beginning of the call, we're who we've been waiting for. This is the Sangha. And so through other people's story, it gave him hope to continue. And his story has helped many other people. And I've seen where his story has helped other people, and then their story helped him back. This has happened with my own family too, where my mom will share something and it will inspire someone else, but then they'll do something that inspires her. And so in this space, he's like, I want to make sure the celebration is including everyone. And Daniel, your celebration of life is so beautiful. The breakout rooms is some of the most powerful places where I find that people connect and in the community get a chance to share. And we're about to go into the breakout rooms. I know that some people will need to leave approximately right now at the hour mark. But before that, Grazi, can you share what advice would you give? And then we'll go to the breakout rooms shortly. And then for those that can stay, we'll do another couple prizes as well. And go ahead, Grazi.
I would love to say that, like, what got me to this community was the love gathering, just as you put it earlier. Was the first few calls, I was just listening to Daniel participating, and I could just feel the love. And I'm like, wow, this community is something. There's something different. And when I met you, and I wasn't still doing Hmong or anything, so I started with the Marmas and our consultation, and really praying with the presence of Dr. Naran and the lineage. And the level of openness of my heart to a deeper understanding. And as Danny said, the principle alone of Aditi Deva Brava, like, it totally changed how we perceive our reality, how it unfolds in front of our eyes, how we connect with friends and are able to share this wisdom and this teaching and give them space to have hope and love, so the impact of this community, it's so great. The presence of the tradition, the blessings that comes with this lineage of Dr. Naran it lacks words. So that's one of the things that I would say, that love, this deep trust that everything is going to be all right. That we all have thoughts, we all have moments. Not, I can't say all, but most of us have moments where we despair, where we don't see faith, we don't see the connection. We really don't know if it's worth to be here or not. You have to just remember that this moment will pass.
Yeah.
Just like the highest moment, your biggest bliss will come down to neutral waters again. Those dark waters also will come down. So my only desire is for whoever is going through a tough phase, reach out for us, reach out for me, for Daniel, for the community, for whoever you trust. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love in this community. And there's plenty of hope. There is plenty of lights sparkling everywhere, showing us the way, guiding us back home. Like this call was so special. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much. And all the blessings to all of you.
Grazi also remind me, yes, the opening quote for any, if you're ever with someone that's struggling. Oh, yeah, you got the kids up too.
My kids got their Christmas gift.
Oh, that's so fun. But for ourselves or for others, I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you. Love will teach you. That presence that Daniel spoke about. sometimes just the hug, and then because Grazi, you talked about lineage. After the call yesterday, Roma Rishi got on the call and says, we're so grateful for so many things. Just to remember, Dr. Ram had a master, and his master had a master, and the flow of that grace and those blessings. Roma Rishi, you want to speak to that just for 1 minute, and then we'll hand it back to Eron and Heidi to conclude the main section of the call and go into breakout rooms.
Sure, Clint. One thing that I always think about this every time we're on one of these calls. In fact, every day I think about this, and that is, we know about this community because of you, actually, and you writing your book. And you know about the ancient secrets because of the person who was your teacher, Dr. Naram. And Dr. Naram had a teacher, maybe several teachers. Baba Ram Das is one that we know about. And we don't really know about all of the teachers that preceded Baba Ram Das, all the way back to Jivaka. However, there were many, many, many teachers that passed the ancient secrets down throughout the ages. And these teachers are like a living stream of wisdom and of love. That's what I think about. I think about the lineage, the Siddha Veda lineage is a living tradition, a living lineage, like a river that flows all the way from Jivaka through all of the hundreds or thousands of teachers that passed this wisdom down to us. And we often say, I hear people say all the time, this community is the most beautiful community that I have ever been part of. And Tara and I have been part of many spiritual communities, and we feel the same way, that this Ancient Secrets community is the most beautiful and loving community that we've ever been part of. And it's because of that living lineage, that living river that has passed the knowledge down to us, and we can actually receive even more benefit than we're receiving now by thinking about that lineage. I would really encourage everyone to take some time, even if it's only a minute each day, to think about that living lineage, the Siddha Veda lineage that has passed this knowledge down to Dr. Naram, and Clint received it, and Clint has done such a beautiful job of disseminating that around the world. The Russian translation is now a reality. What an amazing thing that is. I mean, I am moved to tears thinking about that the book is now in Russian. That is amazing. So,
for those on the last call, already reaching 38% of the world's population in their own language, now with Russian, Hindi, Odia, German reaching 49%. I'm so proud of this lineage. And even one thing that I love about even the 100-day course where Devananda, where Daniel's talked about, that's one of the places where he experienced big transformation, was because you're living it. And, we know the roots are there. We see the fruits. Daniel feeling so much better, wanting to celebrate. But in the 100-day course, we connect with the essence of the lineage. It's not about knowing, it's about being. It's not about information, about transformation. So that's why I get super excited about that. And Roma Rishi, can you just share, I don't know if you feel comfortable, but the good news you shared with me on Sunday, because
oh boy.
You celebrate.
So some of you know that I've been having a health challenge for the last 7 months. I have an enlarged prostate, and that wound me up in the hospital for a week in May. And I've had to have a catheter because I could not pee normally, naturally. So I've had to have a catheter for 7 months. And now the good news is I can pee naturally now. That's rather personal, and probably no one expected I was going to say that. But that is a reason to celebrate big time.
It is. So everyone, this holiday season, whenever you pee, I want you to feel gratitude.
Every time you pee, think of Roma Rishi.
Yes, yes.
That's so beautiful. Romarishi, thank you so much for coming on to share. You know, Dr. Susan, Dr. Joseph are going to be hosting next Sunday's call, which will be so beautiful. Lots of music and lots of family connection, continuing this feeling of community. Dr. Susan, I saw you had your hand up. Did you want to share something before we go into the breakout rooms?
Yeah, just very quickly, I wanted to invite everybody to be here next Sunday. It's a sacred day all over the world, and we're going to be celebrating light and the light within each of us and the light in the world. And we're going to do that together as our wonderful family. So we're looking forward to being in the light with you and celebrating peeing. Yay! So many. I mean, is that family or what? So just so happy to be co-hosting with Joseph.
Well, yeah, I'm so excited about that. Thank you for volunteering. And, you know, if you haven't peed properly for months, it is a big celebration. You know, I'm still remember Denny Dakin, the you know, Love is the Only Truth, that book that will be about to be released. But the first time I connected with her, she hadn't had a proper bowel movement in months, 3 months, and all the doctors had tried everything, all the medications, and we gave her the ancient secrets. In 3 days, she's in the bathroom saying, I'm in the loo and I feel like it's heaven. Reason to celebrate. So yes, thank you. Nehemiah, thank you so much for being on the call. You had something you wanted to share about the celebration?
Yes, quickly. I want to reflect one thing. There were so many pearls that I can sit for an hour and reflect them. But I reflect only one. Eron and Zahava and Heidi, Zahavi, came to be with me when I invited people to be with me. So I had the privilege, I wasn't in the wedding, but I had the privilege of meeting them in person, which was amazing. So I'll reflect to both of you, because there were so many pearls I could reflect endlessly. The meditation. As a person who practiced for close to 50 years, was so powerful. Their silence, Heidi. And then Aaron, the person of words like me, yeah? What you said was the essence of the Jewish Christian tradition. People don't understand. They're waiting for the Messiah to come in the future or come back, and they don't realize what you understood, that the Messiah is inside all of us, waiting for us to come all the time. This is pearl of wisdom that exists in all the scriptures. And people can't live in the present, so they live all the time. It will happen one day. It happened in the past. No, it's happened now. We have to open for it. And you said it so powerfully. So I want to reflect it back to you. That's all. And I'm still open for people to come and meet me in person. And next time I'll put myself on the chat, and people can text me and meet in person. Okay.
I think that's so perfect. So perfect, because as we go into the breakout rooms, you'll be meeting the divine. You'll be looking in the eyes of people that are going to share some message with you, or you'll share some message with them. And like Daniel, thank you so much, Daniel and Grazi, for coming on the call today. Thank you for seeing the divine in yourself, the Aditi Devo, the ultimate Aditi Devo Bhava. You look in the mirror and you see that God himself or herself has arrived. And you've been on that journey, and thank you so much for that. I'm so grateful for you sharing on this call, for being you. I can't wait to celebrate with you in person. I hope each of you will come to Sedona, that magical celebration as well in June. Good.
I registered.
Yeah. Are you going to say something else, Daniel?
No, I registered for Sedona.
You registered. Okay, good.
Because I didn't even know yet.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, handing the rest of it over to Eron and Heidi. So grateful for that. And then anyone who is in the leadership team, we have a special call. Actually, we have an amazing leadership team that has put together so many of the things happening that we celebrated on last week's Global Report. When I came home to my mom's house after weeks of being away, actually, I'll just walk you to, because this is just crazy. When the book was first launched at the apartment in India, I put up on the wall Post-it notes of everything I needed, everything that came into my heart. And then almost within a period of 6 months, everything happened. You know, I put on translation, and Jenny Smollenbrook came and started the whole project. I put on, I need help with web, and John DeLeese, web agent, everything I put on there. And so about almost a year ago with the leadership team on the wall here at my mom's house, we created a new Post-it wall, which is we called it the Magic Wall of Awesomeness, Portal of Love and Possibility, the mission to touch every heart and every home on earth with the ancient secrets. And the leadership team created all of these Post-it notes, and I was overwhelmed with tears to see that almost all of them have happened. We got the Moon Soup Kit, we got the kids' book, we got the medical research team, we got the Denny's book, we got all kinds of, it's like overwhelming. So I want to celebrate with the leadership team. So as soon as the call is completed, we'll go on a separate call, but I don't know, it may be just a few minutes delayed. So I just wanted to say thank you. And if anyone's interested in being on the leadership team, we'll put the link. We're going to start this year right. And we're going to do things with love and enjoy the mystical journey of it all. So love you with you. Thank you, Eron and Heidi, for participating in today's call. Handing it back to you for our whatever you have set for us for now.
May I make one tiny comment, because I was thinking I was going to share another thing, but it doesn't sound like I will, right, Glenn?
It's all up to Eron and Heidi.
Pardon me?
A celebration song, right?
I was going to do that, but I didn't know. So if I'm not going to be able to do that, I just want to use this love field to ask for blessings and prayers for my mom, who's going through a very rough decline right now. So I want to include, if we do share a celebration song, if there's no time, I'll understand. It's up to you.
There she is. Pearl Malkin.
Well, I think the time, how do we measure time? Or say, oh, we don't have time, we're out of time. Well, fortunately for us, we create time. It's infinite. We're the creators, and when we measure our time qualitatively,
bending time
experience that we're having, then it gets us out of the quantitative measurement. In the quantitative measurement of time, there's lack, there's scarcity, and you run out. And in the qualitative measurement of time, there's experience, and there's radiance, and there's abundance. So in honor of that, and in honor of the celebration, and all of the sharings, and all of the connections, and all of the love, I think we should bring in and create the time now to celebrate. What do you think, Heidi?
I think that'd be beautiful. When we had a planning call about this, when I think of celebration, I think of joy, I think of dancing, I think of people beaming, and what a beautiful way to do that. Esther Francis made my week last week when she was dancing and singing, and I got up and my dogs were like, what are you doing? And it was just such a beautiful way to start the week. So I think there's time. I think we create time. And if we could do a song of celebration, Gary, and maybe invite people to get up and dance if you're able, and we'll spotlight you, and then we'll move into the breakout rooms. But before we do that, I think
what we'll do, this probably feels good to me, is we do the celebration song, and then we do the breakout rooms on next Sunday's call. Next Sunday's call will be very interactive. That way we can all end this call together with a celebration. I think
instead of breaking out, let's all dive in.
Yeah, good.
No breaking, connecting. We're all in this together.
And we've talked about Sedona twice on this call, and I want to personally invite my mom to come in June. She's always wanted to go to Sedona. She's never been. So Mom, mark your calendar. We're going to go to Sedona. And if you want to bring Dad, you can, but you don't have to. We can just go. Love you guys. Thanks for being on the call today. And I just wanted to be here and for filling our hearts up, and the way you celebrate today. Just know you're doing it in community, and we all hold you in that beautiful.
What do you think, Kath? Are you interested in coming? You're willing to come?
I'm up for it.
Good.
So go she.
Here's Jim. Love you. Love everybody.
We love you too.
Before we go to the celebration song, could we just do a modification to say, I am the love?
I am the love.
Yeah, I am the love. I am loved.
I am loved.
I am at peace.
I am at peace.
And also this has been such an honor and so fun for Heidi and I to be able to do this. So thank you so much, Clint, for the invitation and for the community here to welcome us into the space to do this. And thank you so much to Daniel and Grazie for sharing your story. I got one piece that was coming through so strong, hearing about that, about these challenges that you have. And a lot of times we have all these challenges in our lives. It's depression, it's our prostate, it's our relationships, it's the government, it's our health, it's the world, it's aging, all these things. And they seem so big and they seem so insurmountable and they feel like Goliath. And we're just small little David. How can we take on this giant Goliath, this beast, whatever it is? And the story we know of David and Goliath, we think, oh, we can overcome and we can try and we can hope and we can be greater than the giant beast. But there's an author named Malcolm Gladwell who wrote a book called David and Goliath. And what he talks about in that, I won't go into the detail except to share the essence and take it out. When you break it down and he looked at David and what was David's skill sets and what was David's challenges and what did David go through? And at the end of it, he found out it wasn't that David overcame his obstacles. Goliath never had a chance. And so remember that you are all, we are all emanations of the divine, wholly and fully, completely embodied and encapsulated by the exact same energy that creates all of existence. And every single challenge that we've gone through has shaped us, has formed us, has trained us, prepared us for whatever's going to come next for our own growth and evolution. And so when whatever that feels like, that Goliath that comes into your world, and that is what it is for you, just welcome it at Titi Devo Bhava. Once again, thank you, God, for bringing me this experience and this challenge that I may use everything that I've learned from everything you've given me before, that I can embody the love, not come to teach, but come to love, come to grow, come to experience. And then that's how we continue to grow and expand together. And so I personally celebrate that process of growth and evolution and the strength and the power that we all have collectively and this Sangha together. And I love you guys, with you. So thank you.
Woo, he's talking again.
That was amazing, Eric. That was amazing. Thank you.
So I guess it's time. Yeah, Clint, should I take it on?
Heidi's sister, Marissa, just wanted to share something real quick and then over to you, Gary.
Okay, buddy.
I have something to share with the David and Goliath. I was at my mom's house last night and they just moved from northern Minnesota to Grand Forks to be closer to us and the grandkids. And they have a library. And I walked into the library and this book was lying on the floor and it says Scars into Stars. And it says How to Forgive and Progress in Life by Father Emmanuel S. Sylvester, MSW. And it just, I was like, okay, I opened it. And right here in the preface, it says all these different people are just kind of sharing some things. And it says right here, from last night reading it, I can't put it down. When I researched into a few of my friends who had scars in their lives, one of them wonderfully said, every scar has a star. And the other said, if there is no Goliath, there is no David, and so on. So that is just one little insert. And the vibration in my body right now is so big. And I'm beaming. I'm exploding right now with the sinus infection, but this is just amazing, you guys. This just shows that we all come full circle back to our peace, back to our light through all of our experiences and challenges. It is all so divine. And it's just so amazing. So celebration every day, celebrate something small, something big, something in the middle, whatever it is.
I just love how the synchronicities happen. Even Daniel was talking about that. Well, I just invite you this week to pay attention to where love is guiding you. Thank you, Eron and Heidi, so much for opening the space. I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of us. We'll host again soon. And thank you for bringing your beautiful family into my life. Now I feel like they're my family as well, and part of this global family, increasing the circle of infinite love, the coil, globally. So next Sunday, again, we have a very powerful call, but for today, right now, let's celebrate. Gary, Malkin, what do you got for us?
Well, I'm going to put a white light around this because technically, you know, copyrights and the musical's not out yet and all that. But this is about celebrating, saying yes to ourselves, saying yes to who we are, saying yes to the love that's coming through this community. And so, Clint, do you want to say just a word about your experience of the musical presentation in LA before I play this song?
Yeah, I've been to see the musical presentation both in Silicon Valley and LA, and it is off the charts. I've seen Gary working on this for years, and the way it came together had people in laughing and in tears, and it captures just the heart of, you know, it's called Can You Hear Me Baby, which all of us are associated at. We're either a baby or we've had babies, and there's no instruction manual. And the humor and the heart behind the musical is so beautiful. And it all culminates to this final message, this final song, the apex song, which Gary is about to play now. And I just encourage you to feel the words inside of you. Get up, stand up. Actually, I'm going to get ready to dance for this one too. Gary, you want to shout out the song?
Yeah, so I just want you guys to, when I was in the pool 2 weeks into eating with mung bean soup only, it was that 3-month period before surgery where I cleaned myself out, and I'm about to do that again soon, but where I had that unbelievable experience of levels of being clean from the Ancient Secrets diet. And this message came, and I'm putting it in the chat right now. It said, say yes to who you are. Revere the animating force that lives inside you. You belong to you. Honor the unique jewel that you are. Nothing is more important. Say yes. So that's the spirit of it. Every one of these lyrics came from that state of being cleaned in the way that we know what happens when we're detoxing. I just want to thank Clint and Dr. Naram and the Lineage for the inspiration for this song, which is now the most important song in the musical. So here it is, you guys. Say yes to who you are. Okay.
Yeah, and we're going to be spotlighting people, so turn on your camera if you feel comfortable, and we'll dance this one out.
I was waiting for someone to guide me.
It's a demo, piano vocal.
To explain what my path needs.
Oh, sorry.
Just logistically, when you're spotlighted,
I was waiting for someone.
Go ahead, say it, Clint.
But don't worry about unmuting. Don't worry about unmute. Just listen to the music and let it flow as you dance. Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to guide me, to explain what my path needs to be. Someone kind and understanding, someone to show me. Many have tried to help me, but it hardly ever made sense. The words would get messed up in my mind. My first response was always defense. It's my fear of the future, the fear of right now, the fear I'm not good enough, or I don't know how. Fear is the trap. It's a lie, a deception. Fears from my past have blocked my perception. It's time to move on. I feel it now. I can feel myself changing. I'm not the same. No need to pretend. When the path gets steep, I'll climb it. When sadness gets deep, I'll redefine it. Now is the time, my time to fly. I see it now, our future is right here waiting, filled with unknowns, but we'll be all right. I'll open my heart, love will find us, follow the flow, and love will guide us. I know what to do, I know what to choose. I say yes, this is how I live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside me. I say yes to believing the answers are here. They live in my body and speak without fear. This is my moment. It's now crystal clear. I say yes. I say yes. I want a world where we all feel that we belong here, where we are safe to be who we are. I'm taking a stand, I believe it. It's time to expand, and I'll achieve it. I know what to do. I know what to choose. I'll say yes when I feel the moonrise guide me. I'll say yes when the wind flows through the trees. I feel wonder in the air. Was it always there? I can hear it, how it calls me, like a prayer inside the air that's everywhere. I say yes, this is how I'll live my life. I say yes to the fire that's inside me. I say yes to believing my heart never lies. Yes to receiving the joy in our lives. This is my moment. It's now crystal clear. It's all here in my hands. I say yes to who I am. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes.
Yes, to you all saying yes to yourselves, yes to life, yes to love, yes to Aditi Devabhawa. When we say yes to who we are, everything changes. And the message that came when I was cleaning out was, there's nothing more important than saying yes to yourself, to the beauty that you are, to the love that you are, and everything changes. Faith is an investment, not a dividend. Say yes. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. I love you all, and I'm with you. And stay tuned to what's coming up with the musical and all kinds of good stuff happening at wisdomoftheworld.com. And I love you, Clint. Thank you for letting me share my favorite song of my life these days. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Say yes. Yes to love. Yes to life. Yes to ourselves. Yes to our power. Yes to presence. Yes to God. Yes to celebration. Yes to gratitude.
Yes to love.
Aho. Love you guys. Eron and Heidi, you're beautiful. All of you are beautiful. Thank you, Clint, for creating a world that we all belong to. That
I love you and I am with you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way. Let's put our hands together. Actually, let's get Daniel and Grazi if you're still here. Let's just get you here. Yeah, so feel free. I'm going to invite everyone to unmute you.
Love you and I'm with you.
I love you.
Love you and I'm with
With you. Love you, Julie. Love you, Red. Love you.
California.
Love you, Karen. Love you, Jane. I love you, Linda. Love you, Tina. Love you, Carol. Love you, Esther Francis. Love you, Ginger.
Girl.
Love you, Maya. Love you, Grazi. Daniel. Love you.
Gary.
Eron. Love you. Evan.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you so much, Eron, Heidi. Thank you, Daniel, Grazi. Thank you, Gary. You know, we have some other music. Grant Dermondi was supposed to join today. He wasn't able to, so we'll get him on a future call. Also, my niece wasn't able to join today, but sending personal love anyone this week that you find struggling, love them and look in the mirror and love you. Love you. I'm with you. And for those on the leadership team call, we'll end this call, go for a bio break. Let's celebrate in honor of Roma Rishi that we can use our full functionalities. And then we'll see you back here in the Zoom call in 5 minutes. I love you. I'm with you. Namaskar. Happy holidays.